For Honor is Ubisoft's new hack and slash fighter RPG brawler, I think. You see, aside from trying to classify what type of game For Honor actually is, its list of problems has grown quite lengthy, from online stability issues, expensive economy, character balancing issues, rage quitters, and the list goes on. But with the end of For Honor Season 1 on the horizon, and Ubisoft developers hard at work listening to player feedback, pushing out patches, balancing characters, providing new content, Season 2 is looking a lot more promising. Besides, it can't get much worse than Season 1, right? I mean, I hope it doesn't. Here are 10 things I would like to see in For Honor's upcoming Season 2 content. Keep in mind, things like new heroes, which were already mentioned, were left out intentionally. These are things I've either heard very little about or nothing of at all. Some were inspired by the ideas of others, and none are in any particular order. Number 1, unique armors. As it stands, For Honor has about 4 to 5 sets of armor that you can equip for your hero, give or take. And while you can mix and match them and throw up all kinds of colors on them, after about your 100th match, you've seen just about all there is to see. Weapons, on the other hand, have a bit more customization with the presence of unique weapons. And while even these are played out to a certain degree, getting a unique weapon part for a hero not yet to be found still provides a bit of satisfaction. New armors would certainly add to that enjoyment. Now, I don't expect Ubisoft to add completely new sets of armor. Just giving one unique set per hero sounds reasonable, and would seemingly be enough to get players through Season 2, even though a few new sets would be nice. I mean, this Orochi set is pretty much confirmed, right? I mean, right? Number 2, ornaments on different parts of the body. While we're on the topic of fashion honor, let's address ornaments. I'm talking about those gaudy pieces of decoration resting atop your hero's head. Scouring through Reddit and many other For Honor forums, you'll quickly discover players have a bit of a love-hate relationship with For Honor's ornaments. While some celebrate newly released pieces, others complain about how large and unwieldy many of the decorations are and seem to be, wishing instead for simpler adornments such as plumes. While these will be a welcomed addition also, personally, I would love to see ornaments on different parts of your hero. For knights such as wardens, lawbringers, and even conquerors, large headpieces seem to make sense. And despite the disdain from some, they're actually quite historically accurate, even for the samurai. Jury's still out on the Viking horns though, but placing ornaments on different parts of your hero, such as gauntlets for the peacekeeper, or other trinkets that can dangle from her belt, or maybe even an ornament to fit on the end of Nobushi's naginata, would not only make that hero more unique, but make more sense to that class. After all, why would an assassin such as the peacekeeper want huge golden wings on top of their hood? Number 3, new maps. This goes without saying. For Honor is in desperate need for a change of scenery. And while new heroes have been promised for the future of For Honor, information about maps have been scarce. Some have called for maps that are seen in the cinematic trailers, or maybe even a few from the story mode. And while some of the cinematic maps are considered pre-concepts or pre-renders of current maps, at least showing a different part of said map would be welcome. Number 4, arena-style duels.
Are you not entertained?
For a game with honor in its name, For Honor has surprisingly little of it. It is a community being called everything ranging from salty to downright cancerous. And while I do understand that the name of the fight game, first and foremost, is win by any means, for those that want a more civilized, truer test of pure fighting skill without any environmental kills,
Won't let a stone take my glory.
or revenge mode,
Puny god.
The option for an arena-themed duel and brawl seems badly needed. Number 5, ranked matches. Now I know what you're saying, but darn it, the connections are terrible. They can't do ranked now. People just rage quit. I can't finish a match without disconnecting. I hear all of that, and I'll address it later in this video. Nevertheless, hardcore players and a few casuals alike would love to test their mettle against the best of their given platform. This mode would obviously have to be complete with the leaderboard and proper matchmaking, both of which are absent in the game at this current moment. And its addition would give a place for the hardcore and set boundaries for the casuals. Number 6, penalties for rage quitters. It's a wonder why the game didn't ship with this already. Maybe because they knew the online stability wasn't good? I have no idea, but your guess is as good as mine. But if you've played For Honor for any given amount of time, you've experienced rage quitters, and some just plain quitters in general. Now some people, even with penalties, will still quit because they have anger problems, while others will do it to fluff their kill-death ratio. Adding penalties such as a loss or a delay in finding a match after quitting a match would at least deter some offenders from doing it. On top of that, an option to customize your matchmaking experience to avoid players who have a certain disconnect percentage would be great. Number 7, changing appearance should cost salvage, not steal. There's no need to mention For Honor's stingy economy, is it? I mean, there are loads of articles and equations alike explaining why it's bad. And while Ubisoft has increased the amount of steel you are able to earn, still having to spend it on anything other than ornaments and emotes keeps it as an extremely valuable commodity. How many times have you wanted to invest all of your steel into a specific armor set or a weapon set, only to instead purchase that new pony emote? Or maybe that new sweet execution? Steel to change appearance not only limits customization but chokes an already tight economy. Giving players the ability to use salvage instead of steel to change their appearance will give players' pockets one less thing to worry about. Number 8, new modes. So, as of the making of this video, For Honor users have skirmish, deathmatch, domination, brawls, and duels. Not a bad set of modes to begin with, but if For Honor wants to avoid going the way of Evolve and the Dodo Bird, they're going to need some new game modes to spark the fire. I would love to see a Protect the Barge mode, like in the story mission, where teams take turns attacking and defending a battering ram. Or maybe even a King of the Hill mode, a la Mortal Kombat, where a room full of fighters take turns taking on all challengers. And what about a theater mode? Just in case you don't feel like getting your head cut off, you can watch someone else lose theirs. This would also be perfect for tournament play. Number 9, crossplay. Now I don't expect this to come next season, but this is a wish list. Now sure, For Honor has a plethora of technical issues, more than I care to mention, and some I've mentioned several times during the course of this video. But all things equal, which they probably never will be, with the prevalence of controller dead zones and PC master race 60 frames per second, among other things, this is more pie in the sky. Nevertheless, I would love to see it. While there are plenty of great console players, it feels like the PC ones are getting all the shine, and rightfully so. They have the more complete version of the game at this moment. But as a console player, I would love to match up with some of these players. Not to mention, I really think it would be great to bring the community closer. Number 10, better online connectivity and stability. You all knew I had to save the best for last. Well, not the best, but certainly the most important. For Honor's online stability has been bad, at best, leaving players lucky if they could play 3 to 5 games without disconnecting or experiencing lag. After numerous closed and open betas, one would not expect such poor performance, but unforeseen bugs and glitches have hindered this good game from being great, driving away many players and even garnering enough ire for players to threaten a blackout. With Season 1 ending in a little more than a week, I cannot wait to see what Season 2 has in store, and even more so, what you all want to see. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care.